Junias with an S on the end is actually a made-up name. And it happened in the 13th century. The guys, the monk that did this was using the Latin text, and there's different endings on Latin names, and it gets really complicated. But the bottom line is he wanted to change the name to a masculine. And that the Junias stayed for a long time, up into very recently. And then people realized, it's just not accurate. It's
Right.
not that the most reliable texts have it as a woman. So then what was questioned was whether or not she and Andronicus, presumably her husband, I don't know, maybe a brother, but presumably a husband, that they were known by this group called the apostles rather than being apostles themselves. And it gets to the dative, this wee little preposition, and whether it's how to understand the dative. But in a natural sort of typical way to understand it would be that they are well known among the apostles. They are part of the group of the apostles. And I mean, Barnabas is called an apostle also. Right. It doesn't mean one of the 12, obviously, because Paul is also an apostle.
Sure.
Epaphroditus, who is mentioned in Philippians, was sent by his church, the Philippi church, to help Paul while he's in prison. That we tend not to think that Epaphroditus was like apostle with a capital A for the whole of the church, maybe just a localized sent by right. that church. But the way that, and the context makes that pretty clear, whereas Barnabas seemed to have more of a, if we could say, an international reputation. It feels to me like Romans 16 with Andronicus and Junia has that same flavor.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the debate that's happening. But I think if it was, Bob and Ray among the apostles, everybody would be like, oh yeah, it's like right. they're part of the group of the apostles. It's just that it's a woman's name, so it gives pause.
Sure. Dr. Cohick, this has been fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and I've learned a ton from you. So I can't thank you enough for your time. Is there any way for people to get a hold of you, read up on some of your stuff? Yeah. I know I got some links of yours that I'm going to put into the description of the YouTube and the podcast descriptions, but any way for people to connect?
Yeah, I think so.
If you want more conversations like this with the world's leading scholars and skeptics, make sure you hit that subscribe button. New episodes drop every single Monday.